I'm Sam Williams. I'm the police chief here in Maumelle, and I have been here a little over 19 years. I've got 4 daughters, a granddaughter, a grandson, and Terry and I have been together for a little over 19 years. Terry and I were married June 3rd, and I became the police chief July 10th. The way I got started in police work, I was a cadet at 18 years of age. I had just dropped out of college, didn't have any career plans whatsoever. And that would have been in 1973. I had worked at a drugstore as a delivery boy in a nothing job. Police officers would come in the drugstore, and one of them, a Little Rock police officer named Clyde Stillman, and I were talking one time, and he told me that he was hearing pretty bad things about me in the neighborhood. I was, again, I wasn't a good kid growing up or anything. And he kind of made the statement, you're going to end up driving one of these police cars or riding in the back of it. So it scared me a little, and I thought, well, I better do something. So I decided I was going to get on the police force and be a cadet for a little while. But I never thought it was a career. And then as a cadet, you work in the different departments of the different divisions of the department. And one of them you got to spend some time in was the vice squad. And I loved it. Loved those vice cops coming to work in plain clothes and working the streets, and I just loved that. Then I became a patrolman in 1976 and loved working the patrol division in Little Rock, and did that for about 3 years, and then I went to narcotics, and that's pretty much when everything changed. Loved narcotics work. So I did that until I made sergeant, and then I was sergeant over the narcotics squad most of my sergeant's career, and then lieutenant. I was over the organized crime squad, which included narcotics, and then as a captain I worked for 10 years. I loved the people I was working with. I loved the kind of work we were doing. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And then times were changing a little bit at Little Rock, and the Maumelle Police Chief's job came open. I was fortunate enough, got the job in 2000, and been here for the last 19 years. And have loved just about every day of it. I really have. It's been an amazing job.
The first time I ever saw Sam Williams, he was in a cadet uniform, if I remember right, walking down the hallway, and I thought, who in the world is this loudmouth running up and down the hallway? And I said, you know, he looks like somebody else that I know, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And then later on, his brother said, that's my little brother. Try not to pay any attention to him. He doesn't mean any harm. When you meet him, depending on what your circumstances are, you're either going to get the compassionate, police chief, or you're going to get Sam the clown, which is probably 75% of the time.
If I was giving advice to the next chief, I would explain to him, get the words, there's nothing we can do, out of your mouth, out of your head, just make them go away. Because there's something we can do for everybody. Everybody that calls us has an issue or a problem, and there's something we can do. It might be find somebody else to help them. It might be refer them to something else. It might be to help them yourself. It might be just pray for them. Most embarrassing thing or humbling thing you'll do, I've had to recontact people and say, you didn't get my best, and I'm sorry. I was busy, I was caught up in something else, I had something else to do. You called for help, and you got the short answer when you were asking for a longer answer. Can we start all over?
I admire so much about Chief that it's hard to nail it down to one thing, but if I had to, I would have to say it's the ability to see from not just the eyes of a law enforcement officer, but as a member of the community, and being able to relate to people. That's something I admire very much about him.
Our relationship with the community, bar none, is top notch. I don't care what police agency you are running. You don't have as good a relationship with the community as the Maumelle Police Department has with Maumelle. You just don't do it. I don't want to hear that you do. You can come in second. We recognized early that body cameras were going to be an integral part of our police department. And we didn't have the money for them. So we go out to the community and we say, hey, can you help us? People were calling and saying, how much does a body camera cost? We'd tell them and they'd drop off a check here. It was an amazing way to see a police department and its community working together. It really was. And as a result, we became one of the first agencies in Arkansas where every patrol officer was wearing a body camera.
Originally, I would have thought police chief was pretty black and white. You do the crime, pay the fine type attitude. And what I've come to realize is Sam really does care about people and tries to understand people.
I pulled off the biggest con job that's ever been pulled off for 19 years. 3 mayors and a city manager let me continue to do this when, for what they pay me, they could have gotten a real police chief. You know, they could have got somebody who knew what they were doing. But they've let me stick around until it's time to go.
Our community respects us, and I think that is a direct reflection on the chief of police of any city, especially ours, and he's so respected here that it's going to be a tough act to follow for the next chief.
This is a good time to stop, and I think 65 is a good stopping point. Let these new guys run it and have it, and new men and women run this department and be amazed at what they can do. Because young folks coming in with new ideas and fresh ideas and new approaches, that's what makes things chug along. We're not through growing, we're not through doing, we're not through getting better.
Well, Sam has left a tremendous impact in my life by being a role model. He is someone that I look to help me get along with people, to help me remember how you should treat other people, to help me basically remember how you ought to live each day of your life in the service of others.
Oh, my plans on retirement, I don't know. Fortunately, I don't have to know right now. But I have told a number of people, God knows what I'm going to do next. He just hasn't told me yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I quoted in my letter to the mayor and to the department when I was retiring, the old Merle Haggard line in one of his songs, "I've lived the kind of life most men only dream of," and that's me. I absolutely have done that.
I guess I would say congratulations on making it out alive. Now let's play some golf.
Why are you leaving? You've got it made. Stick around.
Some of the things that Sam has taught me are the underhanded club toss, the backhanded club toss, the tomahawk club toss, and how to bend your putter over your knee.
So I'd like for him to know that once again, I'm in your house.
You can say it too.
And you have no idea I'm in your house. I'm sitting in your man room watching your TV, and I think I'm going to go get in the pool and have a party here in a minute.
Perfect. That was easy.
All right.
That's all I
We got to
needed.
get out of here before we get caught.
Yeah.